Hello, welcome to Get Your Mind Right Fitness channel, and I have with me Irene Scott, 5-time national qualifier. She is here to talk about her fitness journey as well as her fight with breast cancer. Irene, thank you for joining today. I know you have a great story, and we have a lot of people that are surely interested on how you started your journey. So Irene is one of my longtime clients. We've been working together, personal training and fitness coaching for several years. But she has a unique story, and I thought it would be really beneficial for you guys to hear about it. So Irene, tell me a little bit of what kind of started your whole journey to be healthier.
In 2014, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I underwent surgeries to have it removed, and it's been a journey to say the least. I went through 2.5 years of surgeries and worrying consistently about, is the cancer ever going to return? And so what I decided to do was shift my focus on bodybuilding and getting more and more into fitness. I always ran and did stay somewhat healthy, somewhat, because it takes me back to, I had a routine pretty much every morning. I would drive through to the Chick-fil-A and make my order, large Coke, light ice. And that was an everyday thing.
That was first thing in the morning.
That was first thing in the morning. That was breakfast. Right?
Okay.
And quite honestly, that was typically the only meal of the day.
Wow.
So I was eating very unhealthy, a lot of sugar. And so when I started on the fitness journey, immediately I had to change that way of thinking and eating. It just did not help me get through workouts at all. So I wanted to live a more active and healthier lifestyle, and get my mind off of, is this cancer ever going to come back?
Right.
And so that's what I started to do.
I'm glad you quickly determined that wasn't healthy. So there's a lot of ways to get healthier. You talk about your diet. You used to run. What made you really think about weightlifting, though, as part of that journey?
So for me, it was more so, I always had this vision of becoming a bodybuilder, and watched it on TV for many years and said it's something that I think I really wanted to do. And that's when I approached you for training. And further research, it was bikini competition. And so you and I did our research together, and becoming a bikini competitor, watching many videos and what they were doing in the gym, lifting weights, and I said, okay, so I guess this is what we got to do.
Right.
And so that's kind of how the journey started.
Right. Yeah, I remember when we got together to train, and you were my first bikini competitor.
Okay.
Right. So like I said, we had to do research, we had to do some planning,
Mm-hmm.
and I think one of the things that I noticed that you were determined. Right.
Right.
You were really focused.
Right.
How did you feel after that first session? Because you didn't know what a deadlift was. You didn't know, never squatted before. You were always on a treadmill machine, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
For me, after the first session, I felt empowered, hungry for more, definitely wanted to come back. Not a quitter at all, very determined. But it really wasn't the first session. It was more so when I started seeing results that made me even hungrier to continue. I actually never forget, we were having a training session, and I glanced over in the mirror, and I said, what is that? And it was just a little bit of tricep trying to stick out, and I had to look twice, and I said, well, okay, I think I like this.
Right. Results were coming.
Results were coming. Yeah.
What was one thing that you were surprised about weight training, right? So you've had several sessions, let's say you've been a few months in. What was something that surprised you as to weightlifting compared to just doing cardio, which is what you were used to doing?
Seeing how the body changes. And it wasn't really just the weightlifting, it had a lot to do with the diet as well. Because I could notice on some days where I did not pay that much attention to what I was eating, a little bit more sluggish in the workout, so didn't want to do it. So it was a combination of both things.
Right. And you had a very nice regimen around your diet plan and what you ate. Tell us a little bit about some of the things you made sure you included or things you excluded from your diet. Tell us a little bit about going from that large Coke breakfast to where you were in the kind of the middle of your fitness journey.
Well, after consulting with you and we were doing our research, we quickly came upon the concept that we had to incorporate protein. So protein was very important, lots of water. Like you said, definitely did away with the Diet Coke. And then just trying to eat as healthy as possible and at the same times every day.
Gotcha.
So when I found out that something was working for a week straight, I was a creature of habit and I stuck with it. But then we had to adjust things as well because the body was getting so used to that habit. Right.
Yeah, protein is very important in one's diet. I know in order to weight lift, going from cardio to weightlifting and kind of sculpt the body, you increase the protein, which definitely worked for you. Mm-hmm. You also cut out a lot of sugar too.
Correct. Right. Sugar-free became my friend.
Right. Good, very good. That's another important part. So you have the weightlifting, right? You're going on, you've got personal training, we're working together, you adjusted your diet. So tell me a little bit about what were your goals from a physique standpoint that you were trying to achieve. Now, bikini competition has focused on certain areas, so what were some of your goals as you were weightlifting? Because not everybody has the same goal.
Right. For me, I had this concept in my head that I wanted to see this end result. And it was difficult because as you're weightlifting every day and you're going to the gym and you feel bloated some days and you just don't feel like being there, you're not seeing those results. But to keep in your head what you could potentially look like, that was the motivating factor for me. So I had this image of six-pack abs, well-defined biceps, and just an overall physique that just I was really pleased with.
Right. Yeah. You got your fitness going around health. You've got your weightlifting going. Tell me a little bit more about your diet. I know you cut several things out. We started with the large Coke, light ice for your breakfast. But tell me about some of the things you were doing as far as your food plan and your diet.
So after we did the research that we did, we quickly determined that we needed to change diet even more. Having a diet more focused on a lot of protein, much healthier meals. And so that's what we did. We started to up the protein, lots of water, and I am a creature of habit. So for me, what worked was eating at certain times of the day, being very, very consistent with that. And I noticed even with doing that, after a while, I had to change that plan also because the body became very, was adjusting to and sticking in one constant place. So I had to make changes along the way.
Gotcha. Now, when you were on this fitness journey, you're working out, you focused on trying to compete, things weren't just smooth in your life, right? You had, I know you had a car accident, so there were things happening, but tell me how you just kind of pressed on and continued with your goals and never stopped your fitness journey.
For me, life was very hectic, very chaotic. I think even at one point when we were training, I was working and doing a lot of travel. Where I'll never forget, there was one training session we had. I'm all the way about almost 2 hours away, and I drove back that night because I was just determined. I was determined and not going to let anything get in my way of reaching a goal. Yeah. So there was always a goal set, and just making sure that I did everything that I could to get to that goal.
Yeah, I remember that a few times that happened.
Correct.
You were determined to get, I think it was about 3 sessions a weekend to get towards your goal because you were just starting off. So you're seeing some results, you're working out, see a lot of hard work back here, right? Over the years, really short period of time. Tell me about your first show, how you felt first time competing and going on stage.
Going into the first show, of course, everyone wants first place. And I never forget, a friend mentioned something about eating a donut, and eating a donut wasn't first place. So that stuck with me throughout the whole time. But you go in and you want first place because you feel like you've worked hard, very, very hard, and you want to be acknowledged of that. So I didn't win first place, but I won second.
Gotcha.
And so from the first show to the last show that I just did, definitely see a lot of changes, a lot of improvement. You learn a lot of things from other competitors.
Yeah.
So it's great to get backstage and to talk to other people because you never know who you're going to meet. Everyone has different journeys, and you never know what you're going to learn.
So when you think about winning first place, is it just your physique when you're competing like this?
No, there's a lot that goes into play. It's diet, it's determination, drive, blocking out all kind of obstacles that are going to come in the way because life continues. I still work a full-time job, 40 hours a week sometimes, if not more.
Still have a family.
I still have a family to tend to, correct, right. So just trying to maintain a balance.
Right. Gotcha. So again, a lot of hardware here. How did you do on your last show that you did just recently?
So my last show, I definitely did very well. Very pleased. I placed first place in the Masters 40 and over division. And I also placed first place in the Masters 35 and over division. And for me, that was a huge win. The 35 one was because I'm going on 49 years old. Very shortly, yeah, I'll be 49. So to win against competitors who are in their 35 and up category, that was just awesome, right? It was surreal to be on stage and called last. I don't even think I still comprehend what happened.
I know, it has a lot of work with it, a lot of determination. That's good to hear. So when you think about your journey through all the competitions, how many competitions or shows have you competed in so far?
So since to beginning of 2018, I have competed in 6 different competitions.
Shows. Gotcha. Very good. So what you learned from the first to the last, what would you tell yourself, looking back, if you could tell your first show self something, what would you tell yourself?
So it has a lot to do with an overall package. So you can work out insanely crazy, have all the muscles and definition in the world, but it's really not about that. They're looking for a total overall package. Confidence, hair, makeup, down to the color of your bikini in some instances. Your walk is very important. So not only do I train with you, I also hired on a posing coach as well. Because that's very important that you have that confidence and you exude that out on stage. So you're looking for them to notice that you are the first place choice.
Right. You look like first place.
Right, exactly.
Very good, very good. And I'll put links in the description below, posing coach and some of the things that Irene's doing around diet and fitness as well. So Irene, you conquered cancer, got healthier. You got first place, not only 35 plus, but 45 plus. Are you finished competing? Tell me a little bit about what's next for you.
Definitely not finished. Have not hung up the shoes. Probably going to compete again next year. In this competition, the goal is to become a pro. And so to do a pro, I am nationally qualified, so I have to go on to a national show, and that is definitely my goal for 2022, to improve on my physique, continue to eat healthy, continue to be a well-rounded person, and to achieve the next goal that I have set for myself.
Very good to hear. Well, thank you, Irene. This is Get Your Mind Right Fitness here, Dave Roundtree. It's a pleasure to have you as a client. I look forward to seeing the things that you are going to accomplish. And we love the fact that you're doing amazing with your journey in fitness. So we look forward to seeing what's to come. And please check out the link, and we'll also put her Instagram account in the description below. You guys have a good one. Take care.